are. So we are going to start in a comfortable seat. So finding your comfortable seat, and comfortable means whatever is comfortable for you in your body this morning. So that may not necessarily be an easy seated pose. Sukhasana is the Sanskrit term for that pose. With your legs folded, maybe you sit with your legs straight out. Maybe you sit on a prop. And as you find your way to your comfortable seat, getting nice and quiet and still. Closing your eyes down if they are not there already. Growing long and tall in your spine from wherever your comfortable seat is. Letting your shoulders soften down your back. And softening your face, your neck, and your jaw. Bring your tongue off of the roof of your mouth. And letting your hands rest wherever is comfortable. So perhaps they are folded in your lap. Perhaps they are one hand resting on one leg, palms up or down. So all of that is your choice. And then begin to deepen your breath. So I'm coming into the here and the now, leaving all of the rest of the upcoming events of the day in the background. Coming into presence. And this moment is the only place that life exists. The past is done and the future remains to be seen. And so our theme for our practice this week is Ahimsa. That is the Sanskrit word for nonviolence. And so Ahimsa is one of the ethical principles or guidelines in the Yamas and Niyamas. And so the Yamas and Niyamas are going to be our themes for the next several weeks. And each one of those principles has 5 sub-principles. And they are guidelines in how to deal with life in the sense of dealing with ourselves and with others. And so they are considered the first 2 limbs in the 8-limbed path of yoga, which is described in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. And Ahimsa is the first of the 5 yamas, followed by Satya, which is truthfulness, Asteya, which is non-stealing, Brahmacharya, which is chastity or self-control, and Aparigraha, which is non-possessiveness. And so the yamas are kind of the outward guidelines, and the niyamas are the inward guidelines. And so Ahimsa is a Sanskrit term for nonviolence. It's an ethical principle of not causing harm to living beings. This concept encourages a peaceful and harmonious existence with all beings and is considered a foundational principle in yoga practice. My favorite way to think about Ahimsa, even though it's an outward guideline, is to bring it back to ourselves. And sadly, in our culture, we create a lot of violence. And I know violence is a violent word, but it's pretty accurate. But we create a lot of violence beginning with ourselves. leave for work and you forget your lunch. What's the first thing you think? Oh, I'm so stupid. And that's just an example. Maybe you don't necessarily think that, and if you don't, that's great. But that is actually a form of violence towards yourself. So our thoughts and our actions and our words, the very subtle stuff, when we entertain a negative mindset towards ourselves even, that is a form of violence. And I like to think if we entertain ahimsa or nonviolence towards ourselves, it's much easier to project that sort of attitude out into the world and towards others. And so over your next couple of breaths, set your intention for your class. So the only real guideline for your intention is that it be positive, but perhaps it is inspired by the thought of ahimsa or nonviolence. And once you come up with that intention, a word or a phrase, just take some deep breaths into it to seal it in. Before we actually start moving our bodies, we're going to come into a short breathwork practice. It's called Kombaka breath, so breath retention. And so we'll inhale to the count of 6, and I will count. We'll hold for 4, so that's our breath retention. We'll exhale to the count of 8, and then we'll hold for 4. Once again, and like I said, I'll count, so if that sounds confusing, that's okay, just follow along. And we'll do 5 rounds of that. So start by taking a deep inhale in through your nose, just breathe in naturally, let your belly, chest, and side bodies fill up here. And then exhale to release, drawing your navel back toward your spine. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale deeply in through the nose. Let everything fill up on the breath in. Breath out, navel towards the spine. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. And at any time during this breath work, if it feels like it's too much for you to participate fully, you can just sit quiet and breathe naturally. And we'll begin now. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold, 2, 3, 4. 3 more rounds. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Last round. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And release. And just observe how you're feeling after this short little breathwork session. And slowly flutter your eyes open. We're going to start with our body movement in a tabletop position. So if you're like me, you have a zillion props, move them out of the way and make your way onto all fours. Keeping your block close by might be a good idea. Alright, so coming to all fours, shoulders are over wrists and hips are over knees. And taking a moment here before we actually start moving, press down through the four corners of your palms and grip your mat with your finger pads. Keeping your elbows or keeping your arms straight, but keeping a soft bend in your elbows. You don't want to lock out your elbows, but you want to keep your arms active here. Take a full breath in through the nose and just notice what you're feeling by doing these little subtle positioning movements here. And then exhale, navel to spine. Do that 2 more times. Inhale deeply in through your nose. Exhale, navel to spine. Keeping your lumbar spine, your lower back nice and soft. Your tailbone gently drawn down towards the earth. Fullest, deepest breath in. And exhale to release. Next inhale, we're going to put all of our weight in our left palm. We're going to peel the right fingertips and the heart open to the right. Let your right fingertips glide up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to thread the needle off to the left. So let the top of the right arm rest on the earth underneath of the left elbow. Fullest, deepest breath in here through your nose. And exhale. Next inhale, gently press into the earth, into your left palm, and bring your gaze even more up towards the sky. So as you do this, see if you can keep your torso and hips right where they are. So you're going to feel a real nice deep twist in your thoracic spine. Take a full inhale here in through the nose. And exhale. Next inhale, pressing into the left palm. We're going to return back up to our tabletop position. And once you get there, you're going to re-press into the four corners of the palms and grip your mat with your finger pads. And re-straighten through your arms. So feel how that gently helps to direct the tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. And then we're going to do all that on the other side. So next inhale, put all of your weight into your right palm. Feel your heart and your left fingertips up towards the sky, open to the left. Gaze goes up. And then exhale, we thread the needle to the right. So left cheek is on the earth. Hips are up towards the sky. Left fingertips extended out to the right. Onto the earth or to the floor. Next inhale, press into the right palm, peeling your heart even more to the right here. And then as you exhale, see if you can bring your gaze up towards the sky behind you, so over your right shoulder. Take a full breath in through the nose right here. And then exhale to stay. Inhale. We're going to come back up to center. Exhale, we meet in our tabletop position. So we're going to do those movements one more time on each side, and we're going to add on. All of the weight goes in the left hand. Inhale, right fingertips and the heart peel up towards the sky to the right. And then exhale, thread the needle to the left. Right cheek is on the earth. Take a full breath in through the nose right here, peeling your heart open more towards the sky. And then exhale, perhaps your gaze comes up behind you. Take a full breath in right here. If you would like to take it further, bring your left fingertips up to the sky behind you. And then on your breath out, you're going to let the top of your left hand rest somewhere behind you. So perhaps the small of your back, your lower spine. Perhaps if you have the space and you can get there, that's an if, bringing your left hand over towards your right hip. Fullest, deepest inhale in through the nose here. And then exhale, see if you can bring your gaze more up towards the sky. Deep breath in, we're going to come out like we went in. So let the left fingertips float up towards the sky. Palm hits the earth. And then breath out, we meet back in our tabletop position. All right, same other side. Inhale, left fingertips go up towards the sky. Heart peels open to the right. That's okay. That's the biggest lesson here, is learning our sides. Exhale to thread the needle off to the right. Full inhale here, in through your nose. And exhale. Inhale, perhaps if you did so on the other side, you bring your right fingertips up towards the sky behind you. Keep your shoulders down your back away from your ears. And then exhale, let the top of that left hand land somewhere behind you. So if you don't have the space to do that on this side, perhaps you just keep your fingertips extended or keep them down on the earth. Fullest, deepest inhale, peeling your shoulders back here. Exhale, gaze goes up towards the sky. So behind your right shoulder. Take another deep breath in here. And exhale, inhale, coming out like we went in. So right fingertips are up high. And this time, as you exhale, you're going to bring both palms to the earth out in front of you. Torso comes back to center and forehead rests on the earth or on a block for your Balasana, your child's pose. Fullest, deepest inhale here in through the nose. And exhale. Take another deep breath in right here. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, feel the expansion of your belly, chest, and side bodies underneath of you. And exhale, navel towards the spine. Next inhale, you're going to bring your gaze up in between your hands. Begin to draw your palms up towards you. As you exhale, walk your palms over towards the left long edge of the mat. You're going to step your right foot forward. So we're making our way into a monkey lunge position. You may want to back your left knee up. You also may want to pad under that left knee. Once you get there, inhale, clasp your fingers together. You're going to make a basket with your fingers. And your palms are going to rest on your right knee. Beautiful. Exhale to stay. Inhale, see if you can back your torso up just a little bit further to stack over the hips. Right knee is over right ankle. And exhale. Next inhale, we're going to round the spine. Draw the chin towards the chest. Draw your tailbone up towards your navel. So this is a funny variation of cat-cows. And then exhale, we're going to draw the shoulders onto the back, arc the spine, gaze goes up high. Your back toes can be tucked or not. Inhale 2, round the spine, draw the chin in towards the chest, navel towards the belly button. And then exhale 2, arc the spine, look up high. Last one here, inhale, round the spine, chin to chest, belly button or navel, tailbone towards the navel. And then exhale 2, arc the spine, shoulders down the back, look up. Next inhale, we're going to come back to a neutral spine. Let your palms frame your front foot. Curl your back toes and straighten your back leg. And then as you exhale, you're going to step your right big toe to meet your left into a plank pose. So feel free to keep your knees or even your forearms down. Take a full inhale here in through the nose. So we're coming back to pressing through the four corners of the palms. Once again, and gripping the mat with the finger pads. Soft but firm in your arms and elbows. And then exhale, elbows in close to the ribs. Slowly lower your body all the way down to the earth. Beautiful. Release all 10 toes. And then inhale, we're going to peel the heart up for your Bhujangasana, your cobra pose. Look up towards the sky. Exhale, we make our way once again back. Or Balasana, our child's pose. So your knees can be wide or not. You can also prop something under your hips. We are here for 3 breaths, so inhale to expand. Exhale to sigh it out and release. Fullest, deepest breath in right here. And exhale. Inhale deeply in through the nose. Exhale to release. Next inhale, pressing the earth away. We're going to bring our gaze up in between our hands once again. And then exhale, drawing the palms towards you. This time they glide over towards the right. And we step the left sole of the foot in towards center. So once again, you may have to back that right knee up just a little bit, and you may need to pad. Padding means with a blanket under the knee. Next, inhale, torso comes up. We make a basket with our hands, clasping our fingers together, resting our palms on our left knee. Exhale to stay. Inhale, back the torso up to see if you can stack it over your hips. And so we'll gently square the hips by dragging the right hip slightly forward, left hip slightly back. Exhale to stay. Inhale, round the spine. Draw the tailbone towards the navel, chin in towards the chest. And then exhale, arc the spine. Look up towards the sky, shoulders down, back. 2 more of those movements. Inhale to round the spine. Tailbone comes up towards the navel, chin in towards the chest. And then exhale, arc the spine, look up high. Inhale, round the spine, chin in towards the chest. And then exhale, arc the spine, look up towards the sky. Beautiful work, ladies. Inhale, coming back to center with your torso. Exhale, frame your front foot with your palms. And then inhale, we curl back toes if we have not already. Straighten your back leg. Exhale, left big toe meets the right for your plank pose. Remember, you can keep your knees down or even your forearms down or both. Take a full breath in right here wherever you are. See if you can press down through the 4 corners of the palms. Grip your mat with your finger pads. This time as you exhale, you're going to make your way to your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Yes, I'm rather warm myself. Next inhale, we bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up towards the sky. Once again, coming back to the notion of pressing firmly into the palms. Grip the mat with the finger pads. And then exhale, heels and heart. Melt down towards the earth. Inhale, pressing into your palms. Peel your gaze up in between your hands. And then exhale, we walk our feet all the way up to the top of the mat. So big toes can touch or feet can be hip distance. Inhale, hands on the shins. We're coming up to our Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, let your gaze melt, or let your face melt down towards your knees. We're going to do those movements 2 more times. Inhale, 2, rise up to your flat back, hands on the shins. Exhale, 2, bring your nose towards your knees for your forward fold. Inhale, up to a flat back, shoulders down the back. And then exhale, nose towards the knees for your forward fold. So perhaps you bring opposite hands to opposite elbows in this Uttanasana. Perhaps you find a little movement by swaying side to side. Wherever you are in the posture, you're getting nice and heavy through your head and your upper body. Fullest, deepest breath in, feeling the expansion of the belly, chest, and side bodies. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale. Last one, take a full expansive breath in right here. And then exhale, release the grip of your arms if you have them. Let your head and arms hang heavy. Spread out through your toes here. So now you're going to ground down through the 4 corners of your feet. So that's the inner and outer portions of the balls of your feet, the area right below your toes, and the inner and outer portions of your heels. So taking just a moment to feel into that groundedness. And chin in towards the chest, head and arms heavy. From that position, so in that groundedness. Next, inhale, pressing firmly into your feet. And then rise up nice and slow with the head and arms hang heavy. And then exhale, we meet in our Tadasana mountain pose. Taking a moment here to keep a soft bend in your knees. Continue grounding through your feet. Gently tuck your tailbone forward and up. Let your palms hang forward by your hips. Soften your shoulders down your back. And let your head be stacked directly over your torso. Face and jaw are soft. Next inhale, we're going to circle the arms out and up. Fingertips reach up high. You may want to keep your eyes closed if you want to challenge yourself. Exhale, palms touch lightly together and travel down through heart center to hinge at the hips for your forward fold. And no worries, I will not be keeping my eyes closed. Inhale, this time we're going to stretch our fingertips behind us as we raise up to a flat back, shoulders down the back. Exhale, plant your fingertips, step your right toes back, dropping your right knee down to the earth. So we've made our way to an Anjali Asana, low lunge position. Inhale, fingertips come forward and up towards the sky. Gently drag right hip forward, left hip back. Exhale, arc slightly into the spine and sink your hips down low. Full breath in here, right where you are. You ladies look beautiful. Exhale, circle your arms down nice and wide. Fingertips frame your front foot. Inhale, straighten your back leg. Tops of the shoulder heads are down and away from the ears. Exhale, plant palms and let big toe chin in towards the chest. We're going to roll our body back into that plank pose. So remember, you can always drop your knees down, or your forearms, or both. Exhale, actually, this time, drop your knees. Your chest and your chin, elbows are close to the ribs. Then release the entire front side of your body. Uncurl your toes. Palms are resting under the shoulders as you inhale to peel your heart up for that Bhujangasana, that cobra pose. Exhale, curl toes, hinge hips through your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale to bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up towards the sky, pressing firmly through the four corners of the palms. And then exhale, heels and heart melt down to the earth. Stepping your left foot in towards the center. On your next inhale, you're going to float the right toes up towards the sky. See if you can keep your shoulders squared. And you can always keep a bend in the left knee. And then exhale, round the spine, draw the right knee in towards your chest. And however you can, get that right foot in towards the center. Dropping your left heel off towards the right back corner of your mat. I call that catty cornering your foot. Inhale, float your fingertips forward and up towards the sky. Torso comes up high. Exhale, lightly touch your palms together and bend into your front knee. So this is a variation of Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 pose. Inhale deeply in through the nose. Send the thought of your breath up through the crown of your head into the tips of your fingers. Exhale, we're going to draw circles with our arms. See if you can keep your gaze planted somewhere. So your drishti. Inhale, palms touch up top once again. And then exhale, circle arms down and around. Inhale, palms touch up top. Exhale, circle down and around. Inhale, fingertips come up. See if you can arc a little more deeply into your spine. Maybe. Exhale, 2. Let your fingertips frame your front foot. Inhale, we're going to kick off of that back foot and come into a standing splits position. Beautiful, ladies. Exhale, left big toe meets the right. Nose towards the knees, forward fold. Take a full breath in right here. And exhale. Next, inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up. Palms touch lightly up top. And then exhale. Palms land at heart center. Letting the shoulders naturally and softly fall down the back. Gently tuck the tailbone forward and up. Soften your face, your neck, and your jaw. All right, all of that on the other side. Inhale, palms touching together, go up towards the sky. Exhale, this time we're gonna hinge at the hips and swan dive down, leading with our heart to come into our forward fold. Inhale, extend fingertips back behind. Stretch and sparkle out through them as you come up to your flat back. Exhale, fingertips plant and step the left toes back. Dropping the left knee down to the earth. Right knee stacked over right ankle. And yes, feel free to pad that back knee. Inhale, fingertips forward and up. Reach them up towards the sky. Exhale, sink down low into your hips. Nice hip opening is always great. Inhale, arc into the spine, reach back through the fingertips if you can. Exhale, circle your arms down and around. Fingertips frame your front foot. Inhale, curl back toes, straighten back leg. Tops of the shoulder heads away from the ears. Draw in towards your core, and maybe you get light in your fingers. Maybe. Beautiful. Exhale, plant your palms, and step to your downward facing dog. Next, inhale, planting firmly through your palms. You're going to roll your body forward back into that plank pose. Remember to drop your knees down if you need to. Exhale, actually drop your knees down because we're going there anyway. Elbows close to the ribs. Drop your chin in your chest so you can keep your hips raised for just a moment. And then release the entire front side of your body down. Inhale, pressing firmly into your palms. Peel your heart up for your Bhujangasana, your cobra pose. Exhale, curl toes, hinge hips. We land back in our downward facing dog. From your downward dog, you're going to step your right foot in towards the center. And then inhale, we float the left toes up towards the sky. And perhaps you can check in with your shoulders and see if they're sort of kind of squared. We have a tendency to drop one shoulder down from this position, so just keep them level. Exhale, round the spine, draw the left knee in towards center, and step somehow your left foot in between your hands. So just get it there however you can. There are no rules, nothing is cheating, it is your practice. Dropping your right heel down towards the left back corner of the mat. Inhale to put your fingertips up towards the sky. So we're setting up for that warrior one posture. And then exhale, touching your palms lightly together, sink down into that left knee. Inhale, let your breath extend out through the crown of your head, all the way up from the tips of your fingers. Exhale, drawing those wide circles. So see if you can keep your gaze on one point, preferably up towards the sky, if possible. Inhale, palms touch up top. Exhale, circle arms down and around. Inhale, palms touch up top. Exhale, drawing your circles. Inhale, palms touch up top. Last time. Exhale, circle them down and around. Inhale, palms float up high. See if you can deepen the arc in your spine. Maybe. Exhale to release your fingertips down, and then inhale into your version of your standing splits. Beautiful. Exhale to bring your right big toe to meet your left one, and nose towards the knees to forward fold. So 3 complete breaths in your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Inhale to expand out through your belly, chest, and side bodies. Exhale, navel to spine. Take a full deep breath in right here. And exhale to release. Take another deep breath in right here. And exhale. Inhale, hands on the shins. We're coming up to a flat back. Shoulders are down your back. Exhale, we plant the palms and we make our way through our Adho Mukha Svanasana. And once we make our way through there, we're going to let the knees slowly fall down to the earth. So pressing firmly into your palms. And then once you get your knees down, we're coming back to our child's pose. So perhaps if your child's pose before, perhaps your knees were wide before. Maybe you do the opposite and draw your knees in towards each other, or vice versa. Placing a block under the hips if necessary. Full expansive breath in here, in through the nose. And exhale. Deepest inhale here. Exhale, navel to spine. Fullest, deepest inhale. Feeling the expansion. And then exhale to release. Next, inhale, we're going to draw our palms back towards us. So we're coming into that little monkey lunge flow that we did earlier. So let your palms glide over to the left. And then exhale, we're starting with right sole of the foot forward. Back your knee up behind you. Remembering that you can pad. I did not demonstrate about padding before, so I will demonstrate now. Padding under the left knee is sometimes nice. Next, inhale, we're making a basket with our hands. And we're going to rest our palms on our right knee. Exhale, see if you can really back your torso up over your hips. So keeping that alignment really helps to get more opening in the hips. Next inhale, we're going to reverse our breath flow. So arc into the spine, shoulders down the back, look up towards the sky. And then exhale, we draw the navel towards the spine, tailbone towards the belly button, chin towards the chest. 2 more of these. Inhale to arc into the spine and look up towards the sky. And then exhale, opposite. So we're rounding the spine. Chin to the chest, tailbone towards the navel. Last one here. Inhale, arc into the spine, look up, and then exhale, round the spine. Chin to chest, navel to spine. Next inhale, we're going to release our fingertips down to the earth here. And then as we exhale, we're going to move through and bring your right foot behind you. Right sole of the foot is on the earth. I don't like to pad for this next little movement because I feel like it's just too much going on. So the right sole of the foot is flat on the earth behind you. We're going to start from that position. This is kind of a little balance challenge. You wouldn't think it's as challenging as it is until you get into it and almost fall over. If you're anything like me, you're going to bring your left hand even with your left knee. And next inhale, you're going to peel your heart open to the right and let your right fingertips go up towards the sky. So you can keep that left foot right where it is, or you can step it off behind you. That definitely helps with balance. Inhale to reach high through the right fingertips. Exhale, stay right where you are. Inhale, if you want to go further, perhaps you raise that right foot up towards the sky. Perhaps you do not. Look at you guys go. You are beautiful. Exhale to stay. See? It's crazy how this little movement creates such a balance challenge. Inhale to reach the right foot higher if you have it up, and the right fingertips up higher. And then exhale as gracefully as you can. Bring everything back down to the earth. And that's okay if it's not graceful. Make your way back to your child's pose. Balasana. So knees can be wide or they can be touching. When I practiced this the other day, I was like, oh, that's easy. And then I fell on my face. Inhale to extend out through your fingertips. And exhale, let your navel relax back towards your back body. Fullest, deepest breath in. And breath out. Inhale to expand. Exhale to release. Inhale, gaze up in between your hands. Draw your palms back towards you. They float over to the right. So we're going to do all that on the other side. And then exhale to step your left foot in between your hands and pad under that back knee. shoulders. So intertwining them together, resting the palms on the left knee. Inhale to back your torso up over your hips. Exhale, sink your hips down low or lower. So non-violence, the way of non-violence is not sinking them down so far that you feel pain. You only want to feel sensation. Inhale to arc into the spine, draw the shoulders down the back, look up. Exhale to round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine, tailbone towards the belly button. Inhale, arc into the spine, shoulders down the back, look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Last one, inhale to arc into the spine, look up towards the sky. Exhale, around the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, we come back to a neutral position. Our palms come down to the earth. And then exhale, we're going to make our way to do that stuff, that lowered half moon position on the other side. So right knee and right hand are in towards center, and left sole of the foot is on the earth. So remembering stepping that right foot, instead of having it straight towards the left foot, perhaps you kick it off behind you. That helps with balance. And I don't know about you guys, but I need all the help I can get. Inhale, peel your heart open to the left. Left fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale to stay. Inhale, see if you can press the tailbone forward and extend the left fingertips up higher. And exhale. Next inhale, if you're coming with, maybe you raise that left foot up. Isn't it wild? How challenging that can be. Exhale to stay. Inhale, reach both a little bit higher. And then exhale, nice and slow. We come back into center. And one last round of our lovely Balasana Child's Pose. Extending your fingertips out in front of you. Forehead is on a blanket, a block for the earth. Inhale to expand. Feel all of those areas fill up out from underneath of you. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale to expand. And exhale to release. Take one last breath in right here, pressing the earth away, looking up in between your hands. And then on your breath out, you're going to make your way onto your belly, and we're going to set up for our Sphinx pose. So we're going to keep this Sphinx pose active. So start by bringing your attention to your feet. All 10 toenails are touching the earth. And see if you can just gently point down through your toes. My toes keep trying to Charlie horse, so my one toes I can't do that with, but that's okay. And that helps to keep your legs active. You're going to press down through your pubic bone. And then on your next breath in, press firmly into the four corners of the palms, grip the mat with the finger pads, and press down firmly through your forearms, drawing your shoulders down your back and away from your ears. Exhale to stay. Inhale. See if you can bring your attention to the middle portion of your back. And as you inhale, let your attention travel up from that middle portion of your back and all the way out through the crown of the head. Exhale to stay. Inhale here. So inhale, feeling into all of these little alignment positions that I have suggested. And then exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in right here. Exhale from all these little alignments. Bring your gaze over towards the left and behind you. So So you want to see if you can maybe see out of the corner of your eye, or maybe if you have the space all the way, you want to see if you can see your left foot. So also while you're doing this, see if you can keep your shoulders squared towards the front of your mat. So you want to try to keep that firm position from your mid-back up to the crown of your head while bringing your gaze over to the left. Beautiful, ladies. Take a full breath in here. Breath out, we come back to center. Breath in, we repress into the palms and the forearms, pressing the pubic bone and the toenails down. And then exhale, same other side. So you want to see if you can only turn your head. So it's more about keeping your shoulders squared than it is about seeing your foot. Although if you can see your foot, that's pretty great. Inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale, take a full breath in right here. And breath out. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, release and soften everything down as you make your way to turn over onto your back. Not off of your mat, in the center of your mat. I roll all the way off my mat. Alright, so in your reclined position, you're going to bend your knees. Soles of the feet are going to be on the earth right here. Let your palms rest down by your hips. Yes, this always signals that we're moving towards the end. Gently draw your tailbone up towards your navel. Let your shoulders be soft down your back, away from your ears. And then draw your chin in toward your chest. So just noticing all of those little alignments and how they press, how you can feel that they automatically press your entire backside into the earth. So from the top of your head to the tip of your tailbone. Palms resting gently on the earth. Next inhale, we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee. And then exhale, we're going to gently press the right knee away from our body. And so taking a moment to bring your attention back to your feet. So pressing out, spreading out through your toes on both feet, and pressing through the four corners of each foot. So when you think about your foot that's touching the earth, that's pretty easy to feel. So maybe as you press out through the four corners of the right foot, the foot that is not touching the earth, maybe that brings you into a deeper perception of that happening when it's not on the earth. Next inhale, keeping the right knee away from the body, you're going to raise the left knee up, draw it in towards your heart. And then, as you exhale, you're going to clasp all 10 fingers, like that basket, around your left hamstring. So we're threading the needle. Your left shin is parallel with the earth. Next inhale, soften your shoulders down while you gently press out on your right knee with your right elbow. Exhale, perhaps from there, you can draw that left knee in a little closer to your body. So all 10 toes are still flexed, and we're still pressing out through the four corners of each foot. Take a full breath in through the nose, and breath out. Unwind and release. Soles of the feet and palms hit the earth. Breath in right away. We're going to raise our hips up towards the sky, coming into your bridge pose. Setu Bandhasana. Exhale to stay. Breath in. Draw the knees closer together. Raise the hips up a little higher. And then breath out. Hips float back down to the earth. Same Alright, so we begin by pressing the four corners of the right foot into the earth, spread out through the right toes, and then next breath in, we're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. Breath out, the left knee is going to press away from the body. So notice the difference in size. Next breath in, briefly bring your attention to your left foot. So pressing out on the four corners of the left foot and spreading out through the left toes. Exhale to stay. Next, inhale, keeping that left knee pressed away from the body, raise the right foot, right knee, right leg up off of the earth. And then breath out, we thread the needle. So making that basket with our hands around the right hamstring. Breath in, we're going to soften the shoulders down and gently press the left knee away from the body. And then breath out, draw the right knee in towards the chest. You should feel a really great opening in the left glute, amongst other sensations. Breath in, see if you can keep your toes flexed, right shin parallel with the earth. And then breath out, we're going to unwind, release, bring your knees and feet to touch together. Breath in, we're going to give ourselves a hug. So drawing your knees in towards your face, face in towards your knees, promoting our Ahimsa theme. And breath out, we release into our final resting pose, our final Shavasana. So, making Shavasana super supportive. So perhaps you cover up with a blanket. Perhaps you prop something under your knees or your head, such as a block, or a blanket, or a bolster or pillow. And coming into complete stillness. Letting all of this work we just did fall down into the earth. Coming into full rest and relaxation. And every time your mind wanders, come back to full focus on your breath pattern. towards the sky. Wiggling fingers and toes, shaking your head, yes and no. And as you're ready, making your way back to your comfortable seated position. Welcome back. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think there's ever Shavasana that's long enough. Alright, so we're finishing where we started. We're going to come back to our comfortable seat, whatever that means in your body this morning. And as you arrive there, straighten and lengthen your spine, soften your face, your neck, and your jaw, bringing your tongue off of the roof of your mouth. And in our last moment here of quiet stillness, just observe what you feel, observe what you're leaving with versus what you came in with. No judgments, just observations. Judgments don't usually promote Ahimsa. Has laid the foundation for it to be easier for us to adopt an attitude of Ahimsa towards ourselves and all other living beings. Bring your palms to touch at heart center. Bow your chin in towards your chest. Deepest gratitude to our bodies and our breath to be able to move and breathe in this way. Bringing your thumbs to touch at your third eye center. And in our shared collective offerings, we bow forward. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much, ladies.